Hello, welcome back to another video. Today I'm in a little bit of a different spot just because of finding a place in my house with good lighting. So today we're going to be doing my health update. My voice sounds kind of funny today. I don't know why. I don't know if he wants to be in the video or not. You probably can't even see him as my dog. He's right here. Come on. Okay, I think he just wants to like hang out with me. So I went to my rheumatologist on Wednesday and we were just doing my checkup. I'm going back in January now, so like a little bit over 3 months. And he just wants to be loved. And essentially we talked about my medication, we talked about exercise, and yeah, just other things that we can do to make my life a little bit more comfortable and easier and help me get better. Maybe let's get medication out of the way because that's probably the most complicated thing. So far what I've been taking up until now is 10 milligrams of cyclobenzaprine, which is called Flexiben here, and I think it's called Flexeril in other parts of the world. Yeah, so cyclobenzaprine, we take 10 milligrams of that at dinner. And then I was taking 50 milligrams of Lyrica at night. So that's pregabalin. I'm not sure how I'd say it. But Lyrica, I was taking 50 milligrams of that before bed. And I did feel better with dose 2. At the beginning of my diagnosis, I was only taking the cyclobenzaprine, and that I don't think was enough. At the time, I was still in a lot of pain. So when we introduced Lyrica, I did feel improvements, and I started feeling better, and I started feeling like I had more energy. I did sleep a little bit better because I take everything at night and everything makes you kind of sleepy. It does help me sleep a little bit longer and a little bit deeper, but my sleep is still a bit terrible. So I'm working on that in the next few months, trying to work on it in a natural sort of personal way. It's hard sometimes. So, and I do think that I could be doing better with my habits and things like that. So I am going to be working on that. Yeah, in January we'll see where we're at and if we need to do anything to change to help me sleep better. Anyway, we were doing those 2 medications, and the only problem that I had with the medication that I was taking was the fact that everything has lactose in it, and I am lactose intolerant. And I'm not so intolerant to the point where I can't tolerate anything. I can eat a cheeseburger and I'll be fine. But the thing is that when I take, and I've had this experience before with other medications in the past, my problem is that with time, my system just can't deal with that much intake of constant lactose. And especially on days when I'm feeling worse, on flare days, or I've had something to eat that contains lactose, my stomach just is not dealing well, and I get a really, really bad stomach aches at night, and I just feel uncomfortable, and it's painful, and you don't want to be going through that. So I mentioned this to my doctor, and we talked about changing over some of the medication to some stuff that doesn't have lactose in it. And if it did still have lactose in it, then we were gonna be changing the times at which I take stuff so that I don't take everything in one go, and to help me prevent those stomach aches. So what we talked about were a few options. There is a new cyclobenzaprine medication, which isn't Flexeril/Flexiben. It's called Myodia. I'm not sure what it's called in other places, and I'm not sure if it's even available in other places. It's relatively new. It's only been out for a few months. It's the same, substance. It's still cyclobenzaprine. The only difference is that, one, it doesn't contain lactose, which the doctor at the time when we were sitting down in her office, she wasn't sure, so she gave me the option. But I've since gone to the pharmacy and I asked them, and it doesn't have lactose in it. So I'm definitely going to be changing over and trying to make that work. So the medication is still cyclobenzaprine, but it is a slow release, which means that, and it is a bigger dosage, but it's not that much bigger. It's 15 milligrams compared to the 10 of Flexeril. This will be 15 milligrams, and it is a slow release. So that means that it will take longer to peak, but it will stay at that peak for longer as well. And it's supposed to have less side effects. I read the little leaflet that comes in the medication, and it does list less side effects than all of the other stuff that I've been taking so far. It's supposed to have less side effects, it's supposed to last longer and be a little bit stronger, and it doesn't have lactose in it. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how that works out. I've already started taking it. I had my first one yesterday. I didn't notice a change because yesterday I had an awful migraine, so I wasn't really paying attention to anything. And also with this new medication of cyclobenzaprine, I'm not supposed to take it at dinner like I did Flexeril. I'm supposed to take it in the late afternoon. That is already being changed over, and I'm excited to see how that works out. The other change that we talked about is changing the Lyrica, because normally you take it every 12 hours. And I buy the 25 milligram dosage of Lyrica, but take 2 pills at night, because my doctor kind of thought that because it is a small dosage and I do have trouble sleeping, we sort of decided to do everything at night to give me like an extra help at sleep. But that means that I take all the lactose dose at night. So what we talked about was, in addition to changing over from Flexeril to this new slow release medication, we could also change my Lyrica dosages so that I'm taking less in one go. So I would take one at night and one in the morning. Now, she sort of gave me the option to change and to like mix and match everything that I wanted. She sort of talked to me about all of the options that I had, and she did prescribe all of them, even Flexeril, even though we decided that I was going to be trying the new one. Because she said if I didn't get along with the new one, or if it still had lactose in it, she wanted to give me the option of being able to choose what I want to do, which I think is awesome. So what I'm going to do is, I'm not going to change Lyrica over yet. I'm going to keep both my 25 milligram pills at night before bed. I'm only going to change the Flexeril over to the new one, the slow release one, and I'm going to be taking that at the prescribed time. And I'm going to try that for a couple of weeks and see how I get on. If I do see a decrease in my stomach aches, and if I don't feel any other changes, and if I feel better, I'm going to leave it as is, because I am scared, and that's another thing we discussed, was that taking Lyrica in the morning, I might be too drowsy during the day. And of course that when I first changed over, it would make me drowsy for like a week or 2 or maybe 3. But if I thought that it was going on for too long, and if I didn't like it, then I could change over back to taking both of them at night. But I am scared that I will be sleepy and drowsy, because I always feel sleepy and drowsy in the morning anyway. So I think I'm just gonna sort of leave it as is and see if this, like, do one change at a time, because I'm scared that if I change both of my medications straight away, I wouldn't know from which medication it was. So I want to change one thing at a time to make sure that I have control over what is going on, and I sort of have less variables coming into play, you know? So that's what we're doing with my medication, and I'm still going to be on my normal supplements. Another thing that we sort of changed or added is that she was worried about my migraines, and she told me that I have to pay attention when I get them and why, and sort of what happened that day to make me get a migraine, and see if I can assess the reason behind them. Over the summer, I've had a lot of headaches, and I get really, really bad headaches that then turn into migraines. I think I need to pay attention to that and figure out why it's happening, but she still prescribed some really strong and expensive migraine medication so that I can take that if my other medication doesn't work for migraines, because I have like an emergency / we call it SOS, which is for when I am in more pain than usual. If I'm like having a bad flare, or if I'm having bad pain, I take that, and that is tramadol and paracetamol together. So that's all my medication, and that's like all of that out of the way. Then we talked about exercise. So she said that everything that I've been doing up until this point is great, because what I talked to her about last time is I didn't want to start going crazy, like going to the gym or going and doing a class and stuff, and like throwing myself at it, because I thought that was dangerous. Because up until, I don't know, November, when I started getting too sick to be able to go to school, I was training to be a dancer. And what we learn at dance schools and what our dance teachers teach us is that when you're in pain, it depends on the pain, but muscle pain, normally you have to push through, and you have to go a little bit beyond your pain to be able to have improvements and to be able to stretch more and to be able to be more flexible and be stronger and stuff. And if you're sore from exercises that we did yesterday, then today you have to repeat them, because that's how your muscles become stronger and better and whatnot. And that was something that worked for me, because I always worked through my pain and I always got better. So in my brain, I'm wired to work harder when I'm in pain. And that is not what I'm supposed to do now. Now, if I'm in too much pain, I need to stop and slow down. And it's really dangerous. And the thing is, if I am constantly pushing myself over the limit, I'm not going to get any better. I'm always going to keep getting worse. So I need to do it really, really slowly in order to gain strength and muscle mass and, all of these good things. But I need to do it slowly so I don't push myself too much and I don't hurt myself. So what we talked about last time is that I really don't want to throw myself at exercise. I want to do it in a sustainable way, because I don't want to be causing myself any flares. I'm not saying that I'm right and other people are wrong, because everybody's bodies are different and everybody's experience is different. But personally, I think doing it really slow, I think, is a lot more sustainable. If you get a massage and it causes a flare, you are not going to want to get a massage ever again. And I don't want to feel that way with exercise, because we all know that there is one conclusive thing that people have found so far that helps with fibro, and it is doing exercise. But it has to be a healthy dose and in a sustainable way. And I feel like the reason that I've been getting better, and I've only had one big flare since my first big flare where I was diagnosed, and I've always constantly been feeling better, and I feel like I'm almost ready to do normal people things. And I feel the reason for that is because I've done it really slowly and really carefully, and I've always really thought about what I'm doing and been really conscious about it. So I started exercising by doing walks, and this was something that she agreed with, and my other previous doctor also suggested, was that I start with walks and that I start slowly and build it up. So at the beginning I couldn't do very much, I started slow, and now I can do up to 45-minute walks with a brisk pace. It depends on the day. Not every single day I can do that, but a lot of days I can. And on top of that, I still manage to do those walks and have productive days. And what we discussed was about how to do the next step. So now I feel like I probably would benefit from doing a little bit more exercise. I think that will help me with my sleep. It will help me improve my health generally. I told her that I've been thinking about doing water aerobics, and that she was like, yeah, definitely, that's a great form of exercise as well. Ideally, I want to be doing it twice a week, but like we said, sustainable, slow, taking it easy. So we are going to be doing, and I say we, but it's just me, I'm the only person going, but I'm going to be doing one class a week until I feel like I could manage twice a week. I am sure that when my body is ready to start twice a week, it will let me know. That's our sort of end goal. And what we talked about is that I should still keep doing my walks. So that's what we're going to be doing. I'm excited, but a little bit nervous about it as well, but mostly excited. So that's happening soon. And then what else did we talk about? We talked about, overall my health. I feel like I've gotten better. I've had less flares and they're less strong. Comparing to the beginning and how I was at first, I think I'm doing better, and I think I am improving, and even though sometimes it's really small improvements and it takes 2 months for me to realize it, but I do notice that I have consistently been getting better, even if it's really, really slowly. I think I'm doing well. And obviously, I'm still in pain. I'm in pain right now. My legs hurt, my back hurts. I'm a bit fuzzy and foggy in the head, but I am doing better. Anyway, that's my health update for you. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to leave it a like and a comment, and consider subscribing to my channel, because it would mean so much to me and it would make me really happy. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!